All right, so we in here. We're finally together on the Kearse and Carl show. It's my dog Kearse. I'm Carl. We're coming at you with another video. What's
What's
good
up,
with you,
world?
Kearse?
Hey, man, let's do this. I'm excited.
So tonight we're just gonna talk about the NFL games, break them down, maybe talk about some good bets that we like, uh, talk about the matchups and who we like to win. So let's jump right into it. Starting off, we got the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. The Lions are getting 7.5 points here. What do you think about the game, Kearse?
So my pick, I'm gonna take the Lions on the plus. The Lions have played tough all season long. I think they
They
really want to
have
win.
they have played tough. They
Yeah,
play so fucking hard.
they want to win, man. It's a division game. You know how division games go. I think Detroit's at home, and Vikings just coming off the road from playing a tough game versus the Niners, losing a heartbreaker. So the Vikings are desperate for a playoff spot, but I just think Detroit finds a way to win a trap game.
That makes sense. Yeah, this is a tough game to pick. I'm not going to bet on this game personally with my money because this is a tough game to pick. I'm going to go with the Vikings in this game. Something to keep in mind here is both of the star running backs for both of these squads are out. Dalvin Cook, obviously, for the Minnesota Vikings, one of the best backs in the league. And then a young and up and coming back, DeAndre Swift, who seems to have trouble staying healthy, is also out. Well, Dalvin
Yeah,
Cook seems to have trouble staying healthy too. But I'm going to
yeah.
go with the Vikings here just because I don't know how what are the Lions going to do with Justin Jefferson?
I don't know. I just think the Vikings have an off day, but I don't think they don't have anybody on their roster that can guard Justin Jefferson or Adam Thielen. So um
and and Madison is not bad, and I
yeah.
feel like the Vikings are desperate for the win here, so I'm going to go with the Vikings.
All
But like I
right.
said, I wouldn't touch this game with my own money. I'm not touching this game with my own money because I could definitely see the Lions covering the 7.5. I mean, they're going to win a game eventually, I would think. I don't think they're going to go defeated or they have a tie, but I do think they'll pull out a win at some point this season. So
Yeah. This is
this
the
could be
one, guys. Pick it. Division game. Vikings on the road. Take the Lions plus 7.5.
all right. So moving on, we got Arizona Cardinals. I believe Kyler Murray is playing. Let me double check that.
Yeah. I know Justin Fields is out. I saw Andy Dalton's a starter, so whatever that means as far as Andy Dalton goes. Well, while you look that up,
I think Andy Dalton
I'll
is
actually wait.
is is plenty good enough to win, or not necessarily win, but to cover the 7.5. Because it's not like Andy Dalton is just some absolute bum. Let's see.
True that. Yeah.
Kyler Murray's questionable.
I thought they
It's
said
yeah.
Kyler was coming back to this week and D Hop.
Cliff Kingsbury said on Thursday Kyler is a game time decision. So I
Okay.
guess we won't know
Probably
right
gonna
before
sit
the
out.
game. Maybe.
Usually when a QB is a game decision, I feel like they normally sit them out.
Yeah, that plus it's not like they're playing the Rams. I feel like they think they can
Yeah.
beat the Bears with Colt McCoy because Colt McCoy is not necessarily a bum either. I mean,
No, Colt
he's
McCoy's a great backup.
yeah. So he's okay.
Almost a starter at times, but he can put together 4 games for you, 3 or 4 games.
Okay, so we got the Cardinals 7.5 at the Chicago Bears. Cardinals minus a 7.5. Kyler questionable. Justin Fields out. Who do you like?
I'm gonna tell you the Cardinals.
Okay.
Even on the road, the Cardinals have shown that they can go out and play ball with Colt McCoy. I think they cover. Kingsbury's been putting together great game plans. Edmonds, Connor, what's the little guy, number 4's name? He's pretty good. Their defense has been playing well.
What's
And I
his
think
name? Raymond
They're gonna
Moore.
Ronan Moore. Ronan. All right, I'm taking
All right, so
man.
you're on the Cardinals to cover.
Cardinals
Rondell
are-
Moore.
What is it?
Rondell Moore.
Oh, Rondell. Okay, yeah, Rondell's good.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
wouldn't bet on this game. Who knows?
No.
If Kyler's playing, take the Cardinals. If Kyler's not playing, I'd say don't bet on it. Take the Bears plus 0.75 at home.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. I think this is if you are looking to bet this game, if you're a fan of one of these teams or something, I would kind of wait to see what happens with Kyler Murray because he's obviously one of the most explosive players in the league and was kind of the front runner for the MVP until this injury stuff happened. But here I'm going to take the Bears plus 7.5. The Bears tend to play hard at home in front of that fan base. I don't like them to win this game. I think this game is probably 27-24 Cardinals, but I think the Bears can cover that 7.5, especially since it's that half point over a touchdown. I'll take the Bears here.
Okay. I like the pick. Same pick for both of us. What's his name is out though, by the way. Khalil Mack. So
he's done for the season, isn't he?
Yep. So that makes life easier for whoever's starting for the Cardinals. So be wary of that. Next game, we got Atlanta and the Bucks. Atlanta at home plus 11. So you think the Bucks cover 11, or you think Atlanta stands up at home?
I mean, I certainly like the Bucks to win this game, but it's just too many points with Atlanta at home. I have to take the points, even though it is to be noted. The last time I think it was a similar spread, 9 points against the Patriots at home on that Thursday. Atlanta got killed. I mean, they lost by 30. I mean,
yeah.
So I'm not putting my money on this game either. I'm not touching any of these first 3 games. Personally, but since that's what we do on this show, we pick games. I'm going with the Falcons and the points. I think the Falcons plus 11 is like I said, I'm not betting on it, but I like the Falcons and the points here. I think the Bucks, Tom Brady, obviously when December rolls around, Tom Brady is getting that team going,
Yeah. For sure.
He's getting that team going. He's done this a time or two. He's getting those guys locked in. He's getting them ready for playoff mode because they're gonna walk away with that division. That division turned out to be terrible. I mean, Atlanta might be the fucking second best team in that division.
Yeah, man. NFC South is awful this year.
Yeah, so the Buccaneers are walking into the playoffs, but I think Tom, just with his experience, is ready to get that team locked in and ready to go. But even with that being said, that's still a lot of points at home. I like the Buccaneers to win that game by 10. So I have 10.5 on the spread. If you got 11, either way, I think this game is, 30-20 Bucks. So I like the Falcons to squeak out the cover here.
Okay. I'll take same plus 11 Atlanta. Bucks have been bad on the road this year. They lost to Washington on the road not long ago. Eked out a win against the Patriots at the beginning of the season. Other than that Colts performance last week, where but they were down. If the Colts would have, taken care of the ball, the Colts could have went up 3 scores.
Yeah, I mean the big play in that game was when I forget who punched it out, but somebody punched it out from Pascal.
Yeah.
And that phone, yeah. I mean, that was that changed everything.
Yeah. Otherwise, the Colts, Colts hottest team, one of the hottest teams in the AFC at the time. But yeah, take Atlanta. I say throw this one in your parlay, plus 11 Atlanta. Matt Ryan finds a way to keep it close versus Tom Brady. Matt Ryan's got a chip on his shoulder with Tom Brady, just a little bit. New guy comes into the division. Matt Ryan's still an MVP in the NFL, or former MVP in the NFL. So he's going to come out and give his best shot against the Bucs and keep it close, or keep it from being a blowout. So
And then in my fantasy matchup, I obviously have Kyle Pitts going. I'm hoping he finally has a good game because he's had a down game. But
He's got a tough
fantasy wise,
matchup, Devin White and Levante David. So it's gonna be a long
fantasy
day.
wise, the Buccaneers are 26th against tight ends this year. So
Wow,
they're one
that's
of the worst.
surprising.
Yeah, they're one of the worst teams in the league against tight ends for whatever reason. So I'm
Considering what they
hoping.
did to Kelsey in the Super Bowl last year, I thought they would be much better. But let's move on to the next game. We got Texans and Colts. Houston with a +10 at home spread. So who you got?
I like the Colts here to cover this. I think Jonathan Taylor has at least one. I mean, I could see Jonathan Taylor going for 150 in this game. And that guy's incredible. He's got great vision, great burst, great house in its speed. He can run with power.
Great O-line.
Oh, great O-line. I like Jonathan Taylor to go off in this game. I think he
Yep.
has 120 plus. I think he has 2 touchdowns. So I think he's going to be a fantasy monster this week. And I like the Colts to jump out to a 10, 14-point lead in the first half, and they don't look back. I think they cover this 10.
Yep. Next game, man. Take the Colts -10. Hot team in the AFC. Need a play. It's a division game. They need a playoff. Or playoff seedings coming into the pick. The AFC playoff picture is taking shape. Colts are going to be a dark horse in there, so
they lost
take
last
care
week.
Of business. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're going to take care of business.
Yeah.
Tyrod won't be able to keep this one close. So next game.
Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. As I've told you before, this is one of my favorite teams to watch this year. I really do love watching Jalen Hurts.
Hurts, man.
Yeah, I love Hurts. Makes me sad to say, though, it looks like Hurts is not going to play. He might, but he's very questionable with the sprained ankle. So Gardner Minshew, who has been a baller at times.
Yeah, Gardner.
Is supposed,
Gardner's good.
Might get his first start. So the Eagles, this spread just dropped a lot since the Hurts news came. It went from like 7 and now it's at 5.5.
Yeah, so okay. I was wondering why it dropped. Okay.
Yeah, we got the Eagles -5.5 at the New York Jets. So who do you like?
Well, the Hurts news was news to me. So with no Hurts and Gardner Minshew,
he still might play, but it's totally up in the air now.
Okay, so I would say don't bet on this game, guys, with Jalen Hurts, unless you're gonna bet tomorrow when they announce whether Hurts is playing or not. But Gardner Minshew on the road, Jets coming off a win, even though it was against the Texans. That was a low quality game. So I'm sure no one watched a snap of that game. Hey man, take the I like Zach Wilson. Take Zach Wilson. They're trying to build momentum going into next year. They're at home. The Eagles are coming off a bad loss against the Giants. No QB. Jets actually have a strong defensive line, so I think they're gonna get after Gardner Minshew. Take the Jets in your parlay, man. Okay.
This game, whether it's Minshew, because I think Minshew could come in and I don't expect him to be terrible. Hell, he would probably be playing better quarterback than Lawrence is right now for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So
how I feel about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Minshew's a bum. So I still like the Eagles here coming off. They should not have lost that game to the Giants last week. That was hard to watch. I mean, that may have been Hurts.
Jalen Reagor dropped a touchdown too.
He did, but Hurts played terrible the whole game. I mean, except for that last drive, he did drive him down there, and then Reagor dropped it. But I like the Eagles to cover here. The Jets suck. I mean, yeah, they could win this game. I'm not betting this game with my money. I don't like this bet, but I would take the Eagles to cover to 5.5.
Okay. Next game, man.
Because the Eagles they got some real players on defense. They do.
Yeah, Slayton, Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox, yeah. All right, this is one of my favorite games of the week, maybe the game of the week. This is going to be a great watch. LA Chargers, Justin Herbert, +3 at Joe
Wow.
Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Who you got?
What a game. This one's tough, man. Both of these guys are the young guns right now. I don't think
Yeah, they
there's
are.
any QB under 25 playing better than these guys right now, and I don't think it's
Mm-mm.
close, to be honest.
Yeah, these are the two
So,
guys.
so they both, I'm sure they both know it. Both of them are loaded with offensive weapons. Um, I'll take Cincinnati. I'll take Joe Burrow at home. Chargers haven't been playing well on the road. Herbert, I
Mm-mm.
don't know what it is, but he's not a road quarterback right now. I think that might end up being his. You know how all great quarterbacks have like something where they
Stigma.
can't win a playoff game. I think Justin Herbert's going to be. Can he win on the road? So I'm taking the Bengals. They're hot right now, hot as fish grease. Give me that
Yeah,
Joe Burrow sauce, man. That boy's balling. Who you
yeah.
got in
I
this one,
mean,
bro?
I'm super excited about this game. I'm definitely going to watch this one. I like this bet though. I'm taking the Chargers on the points because I expect this game to be close. So since I'm feeling like it's going to be close, I feel good about the 3 points. I feel like at worst you just watch this game. Maybe the Chargers
Yeah.
you know lose by 3 or whatever. But I I think it's going to be a 1-2 point game. So I love the 3 points here. I love the 3 points with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is number one in the NFL and total QBR, which I
In
thought
what?
was in QBR.
Okay. Nice.
Uh, the ESPN one that like weights everything, the one that Skip
Mhm.
Bayless always talks about. Yeah, Joe Burrow is number one, which I didn't know that until I looked it up. I did that top
Joe
10
Burrow
video.
or Herbert's number one?
Oh, Herbert. Sorry. Yeah,
Herbert. Okay.
Herbert is number one. So Herbert's number
QBR
one
is
in
a
the
bunch
NFL.
of bullshit, but it's a cool
It's still
stat, I guess.
it,
But
it's still something to be number one though. Um,
it's my
can you hear me?
yeah, my AirPods are cutting in. I don't know if it's because they're dying. Or not. Yeah, I can hear you.
So I like the Chargers plus the 3 here in a game that I really look forward to watching. So
Nice. All right. Yeah, tough game. I say just watch it. I'm just gonna watch it.
this is in my
Next game.
parlay though. My one of my parlay is I got the Chargers as
Chargers.
part of my 4 leg parlay.
All
So
right,
I'm taking
guys,
the
y'all heard
Chargers on
it.
the points. I like that one.
Yep, take the Chargers, guys. Carl says take the Chargers. I say take the Bengals. So it's a pick 'em game. Next game we got New York Giants at the Miami Dolphins. Is currently a -6.5. Dolphins at home. Who you got, man? Two strange teams. Seems like they have a lot of talent on both teams, but the quarterback position a little sketchy. So both coming off wins though. So who you got?
Yeah, man, I touched on this in one of my previous videos. I think this comes down to this line was 3.5, and I love the Dolphins at 3.5. Then now 6.5. I'm not touching this game because these teams could do anything and it wouldn't surprise me. But
Facts. Yeah.
I just trust the coaching staff in Miami more than New York. I think New York's close to blowing that whole operation up.
Yeah, new
And
offensive coordinator.
yeah, Freddie Kitchens, that offensive coordinator. I don't think Daniel Jones is playing, which isn't saying much, but
Yeah.
I, I don't think Daniel Jones is playing. So that means
Yeah,
Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon's going to be your guy for the Giants. I'm rolling with the Dolphins, even with the 6.5. That's a big number. So, like I said, I'm not touching this, but
yeah.
I don't have any faith in the Giants, man. So, Dolphins defense has been playing a lot better as of late. They've been playing kind of like they should have played earlier in the year.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Dolphins -6.
Okay, man. I'm gonna sidetrack this. I gotta get on Daniel Jones, man. I'm burning up
Okay.
with Daniel Jones aggravation right now. Daniel Jones gets no accountability for how poor he has played for New York over the last 4 years. He has been poor. Every season is something different. Oh, it was his offensive line. Oh, he doesn't have receivers. Oh, he doesn't have a running back. Oh, he doesn't have the turf is messing with him. It's cold. I'm like, come on, man. You were the 6th overall pick. 6th. And somehow he's managed to avoid criticism in the Mecca, New York, for how bad of a quarterback he's been.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's avoided criticism, but I do kind of take your point that maybe he's not getting as much criticism as he deserves. One thing that I don't like about Jones is, and I don't know if you feel the same way, but he seems like too rehearsed and robotic when he's playing. There's no like natural fluidity to his play style that you see with the good quarterbacks. So it looks like it comes natural to him. Whereas with Jones, it's like mechanical, robotic, rehearsed.
He looks inept and he just looks bad, man. It's been 4 years, Joe Burrow came into this league, and before he got injured, he was lighting shit up. Game one, Cincinnati, and he didn't have as much. He definitely didn't have as much then as Daniel Jones has now. Daniel Jones has weapons. Saquon, I know he's not the same, but he's still Saquon somewhat. He's got Galladay, Tony, Slayton, Ingram. He's got weapons.
Tony,
get them, yeah. Get the ball to them. It's not the offensive line. They're not great, but put Deshaun right there, man. He'd be lighting teams up with those guys. Promise. He led the league in passing with the terrible offensive line.
I think
take the Dolphins, guys. Sorry.
I think I think the jury on Daniel Jones is out. I think it looks like he's probably going to be a career backup kind of guy.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, man. I had to go on that tirade, guys.
Well, no, it's all good.
I hate Daniel Jones.
All right, so next up, we got the Washington football team, who been playing better, I guess, lately, at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders minus 1.5. Who you got?
I say take plus 1.5 Washington football team. They've been playing well, man. They beat Tom Brady.
Like this bet. I really like this bet.
Yeah, they beat Tom Brady. Who they just beat last week? They beat Russell Wilson. The Seahawks don't look the same, but they're rolling right now. Raiders don't have Waller.
Gibson's starting to run the ball really well.
Yeah. They're gonna take a defense and a run game travels. They're gonna go to Las Vegas. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna play defense, and they're gonna come out with a win.
Yeah. I like the football team to win this game outright. I love that they're getting points. I would add this. This isn't I have one parlay going this week. This isn't one of them, but maybe it should have been. I like this bet. I like the football team plus the 1.5. I've been down on the Raiders all year. I think they've been a little overrated because they got off to that hot start. The whole situation happened with all the unfortunate circumstances that we won't even get into with Ruggs and Gruden and the other guy that got dismissed. But I think this Raiders team is just a little overrated. Their defense sucks. I mean, Derek Carr has kind of thrown them into some wins this year, but
he's played at a high level, man. Give that guy some credit this year. He's been a baller.
He's right there teetering on a top 10 quarterback this year. He's played well.
Yeah.
But I still like the football team here. They have a good defensive line even without Chase Young. I love the football team plus a 1.5. I don't think they're going to be able to stop. I don't think the Raiders stop Gibson. I think Gibson might go crazy in this game. So yeah, take the football team plus a 1.5.
Bam.
Next
game was it? Okay.
We got the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson coming off a poor performance versus the dreadful, sickening, despicable Pittsburgh Steelers, man. This team is hard to watch, these Steelers, dude.
Yeah,
Fire
my guy
Matt
has
Canada.
Najee Harris on his fantasy team, so you know he's feeling the Steelers offense
I've
this
watched
year in a
almost
bad
every
way.
Steelers game because I got Najee on my team, which Najee is still, I think, the 6th ranked fantasy running back. So that's fine, but he should be second or third or one because Matt Canada, hashtag fire Matt Canada, bro. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I love this bet. This is in my parlay. Lamar Jackson is gonna cover this easy. Even though the Steelers defense, it's going to come to play. They're a good defense, but it doesn't matter how good your defense is when your offense is as bad as the Steelers are. Because if you're on the field all the time, you ain't going to stop everybody every fucking drive. It's just not going to happen. So, especially, a player like Lamar Jackson. So I love the Ravens here -4.5.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Steelers, man. I'm a Lamar Jackson guy, but I think after that embarrassing loss to the Bengals, the Steelers are at home. TJ Watt's coming back. And, I feel like Mike Tomlin's a good coach. And I feel like this game is going to determine if he still has the locker room, how they come out and play.
You always say Mike Tomlin's overrated.
He is overrated, but that doesn't mean he's not a good coach. I think he gets too much credit for some of Bill Cowher's teams and having Big Ben, but he's still a good coach.
That might be true.
Minka said they weren't playing music at practice, so I think they threw some music on at practice. So take the Steelers +5, +0.5, 4.5 at home. Yeah, 4.5 at home.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're a home dog, but I don't think the Steelers can score more than 14 points.
Lamar hasn't looked good, man. He hasn't. If you look back at the Ravens' wins this season, they are sketchy. So
that's true.
I think TJ Watt and those guys, they come out, they're sick of hearing about Lamar Jackson. I think Devin Bush QB spies them all game, and they just terrorize the Ravens defensively.
Are they going to run the ball with Najee Harris?
Huh?
Are they going to run the ball with Najee Harris?
No, man. They're gonna throw little short passes with Big Ben. They're gonna throw quick screens with Big Ben, and he's gonna plot around and make plays for the last Ravens-Steelers rivalry that he'll ever play in. Oh, well, he plays one by the end of the season, but he knows it's over after this year. So, can we just talk about how good this game used to be?
Oh, this used to be, if this was on the weekly docket of games, this was the game of the week every time.
Yeah.
And now hell no. I don't want to watch this game.
No, not how these teams look right now.
I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go do a workout during this second slate of games, bro. This shit is ass.
Yeah, we got the let's jump to the Niners Seahawks. Seattle +3.5 at home. Home underdog Seattle. Who you got?
I love the Niners here. This is in my parlay. This is my lock of the week. Love the Niners here. I think they're going to run the ball down the Seahawks' throat. Seahawks, because I've been waiting for the Seahawks to get it going. There's no reason to think they're going to get it going at this point. It just doesn't look like it's there. I think Russ Wilson will out. I'm about Russ Wilson going to New York Giants. I love that. I'm already thinking about that. I'm not thinking about the Seahawks winning any more games. Could be wrong, but I like the Niners to win this game by 10+ points. I think they run it a lot with Eli Mitchell. I think Eli Mitchell has a big game. That kid can play, man. Eli Mitchell, the running back for the Niners.
Yeah, he's a
baller. He's a baller. He can really run the ball, man. He's a really good running back. They got a steal because I think they got him in like the 6th round of the draft. That kid can run the ball, man. He's good. So he's healthy. The Seahawks have the second to worst run defense in the NFL, in the entire NFL. Who would think that with Bobby Wagner at inside linebacker, but they do.
Yeah.
I think the Niners run it down their throat, even though the Niners are without Deebo Samuel, who has got them a lot of production the last few weeks. I mean, he's scored like half of their touchdowns, probably, maybe more. But I still like I think the Niners win this game 30-12 or something. I think they kill them.
Okay,
so
man.
I love the Niners here.
Got it. Yeah, I like the Niners too. Russ is hurt. His fingers hurt. Jamal Adams is a completely failed experiment. The guy just looks like every time I see him, he's down at the line like a defensive end. So I don't know what's going on.
Bro, they
why
gave
got
up
him.
2 first-round picks for him.
And a second too, right? I don't know. Just
I
two
think
first.
maybe a third.
Third. Yeah, that's a fail. They tried to recreate Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas. Even though I do like Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams is a stud player, he can't fill all the gaps that Seattle has on defense. DK's been wilding out. They don't give him the ball. He's been on the sideline, just basically jumping into the stands at this point. Every time they cut to the camera, DK's like just showing up Russ or slamming his helmet on somebody. DK is just a complete monster. He's out of control now. But they don't get him the ball, man. They don't give him any reverses, screens. They just tell him to run a streak, and then Russ throws it out of bounds. So,
and what made it what made it the most noticeable about DK not getting the ball was when Geno came in and was throwing it.
Yeah, Geno was giving him the ball like every play.
Yeah.
Every play, Geno was giving him the ball. And Russ just looks for Bobby Swain. Speaking of Bobby Wagner needs to go ahead and get traded out of there and, go to some place that needs a linebacker and finish out his career, chance at a late Super Bowl. Because he's still got a year or two left.
I think the Seahawks need to blow this up. Trade Russ, trade Bobby Wagner, trade Jamal Adams, blow it up. I guess keep DK, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Free DK.
Honestly, DK is the best player on their roster, not named Russ. So,
all right. So next game we got Jacksonville Jaguars. Urban Meyer. He's in LA, man. He might not make it to the game. He might go out and get drunk and put his finger in some girl's butt.
That boy Urban a fool.
Urban Wildin, man. So we got the Jaguars plus 13 at the LA Rams, who have lost. Is it 3 in a row? I know it's at least 2 in a row.
Yeah, they've lost 3 in a row. Yeah.
So who do you like?
I'll take the plus 13 Jags, man. The Jags have been playing tough defense this year. They had that close game where they won against the Bills. And the Rams, nobody wants to talk about the Jaguars. Well, Trevor Lawrence doesn't look like a generational talent. I'll just say that right now. But the Rams, they don't look how we think they should look. I know OBJ and Von Miller need time, but I think their problems are bigger than that. They can't run the football and they can't stop the run. And that is a disaster in the playoffs. So take the Jags here. I think they keep it close on the road, and the Rams are supposed to blow the Jags out, but I don't think I don't think the Rams even believe in themselves like that anymore. So
this is a big number. I'm gonna take the Rams here to come out and beat the shit out of the Jaguars. I mean, they might beat them by 15 to 20 points. So I'll take the Rams, but it's a lot of points. So I'm not putting this in my parlay. I'm not betting this for my money. That's too many points. But I like the Rams to come out, just dominate, get out some frustration. But I think kind of the things you said, the criticisms you had of the Rams all kind of ring true. I don't think the Rams are as good as people thought they were going to be because of exactly what you said, and that they can't run the ball and they can't stop the run. And if you can't do those things, you're not going to be a top team in the NFL. It's not going to happen. Nope. I do like them to drum the Jags though, so I'm on the Rams minus the 13, even though it's a big number.
Okay, nice. Last game we got. I'm a secret Kansas City Chiefs fan because I started using them in Madden. So for some reason, I love them. We got Kansas City -9 at home versus the Teddy Bridgewater, 2-glove Teddy led Denver Broncos. What's up?
I like the Broncos here. Melvin Gordon is finally where he should be on the bench. Javonte
Dang,
Williams.
that's how you feel about Melvin Gordon?
No, I think Melvin Gordon's fine. I just think Javonte Williams is better.
Okay. That's a hot
Javonte
take.
Williams. Javonte Williams is getting the start. He's going to get all the carries, so I just plugged him into my fantasy lineup.
Okay. So now we see the ulterior motives here, guys. Be careful. This guy's sneaky.
So I like Javonte Williams to ball out. I think he has a TD. I think he has a TD or two in this game, no, for real. So I like the Broncos to cover. I like Kansas City to win by 3 to 5 points. I like the Broncos to cover the big number here. So I'm on the Broncos.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna take the Broncos
even
too,
though
man.
Teddy is hard to watch, bro. God.
Yeah, watching Teddy Bridgewater as a Panthers fan, watching Teddy was grueling, brutal, abysmal. It was like being in an abyss of sorrows. So watching Teddy Bridgewater suck ass. But with that being said, watching Patrick Mahomes this year has not been he hasn't been lighting it up, man. So
and the Broncos defense is legit, man. It is like actually legit. They can play. They can play.
Yeah, Broncos have a good defense. Mahomes has not looked himself all year, other than the Raiders game. I think he needs another receiver. He needs another receiver that can create separation other than Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce showing some age. Broncos are still in the playoff picture. They're in the hunt. So they're going to come out and play. They're tired of hearing about the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that. But I think the Chiefs defense is what's going to be the difference. That defense, they moved Chris Jones back to the middle with the acquisition of Melvin Ingram. And the Honey Badgers should be 1 week healthier. And those corners are not bad. So I think that Chiefs defense stands tall. They can defend the run. They're all right against the pass. So, but I take the Broncos +9 with my money.
Yeah. I think the points are the play here, and the Chiefs have not been good against the spread the last 3 seasons. They've won a lot, but they haven't covered the spread a lot. Just because they've been getting such big spreads because they're considered to be so good. But
Vegas hasn't caught up to that. The Chiefs aren't what they were last year.
Yeah. And then finally on Monday Night Football, we got the New England Patriots. I got them at +2. I think
we should save this game. Should we save this game for Monday, for our Monday podcast?
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
I can't hear you. I lost you. What'd you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we could save it.
I think we should save the Monday night game and kind of like they do on the countdown where they announce it.
I will say, though, just as part of my parlay, I'm taking